Welcome to our video on the timeless wisdom of Dr. Chancellor Williams, an influential historian and sociologist known for his profound insights into African history and culture. His powerful words offer valuable perspectives on heritage, identity, and the resilience of Black people. Let's go! 1. For no matter what the factual data were, all the books written about Blacks by their conquerors reflected the conquerors' viewpoints. Dr. Williams is telling us to bear in mind that historical accounts written by those who conquered Black people are not impartial. Regardless of the actual facts, these narratives are skewed to reflect the perspectives, prejudices, and interests of the conquerors. As a result, we have a distorted portrayal of Black people, their cultures and histories, as seen through the lens of the dominant, often oppressive, culture. 2. There can be no real identity with our heritage until we know what our heritage really is. It is all hidden in our history, but we are ignorant of that history. We have been floating alone, basking blissfully in the sunny heritage of other peoples. We must understand our true heritage to form a genuine identity. Here Dr. Williams argues that the true history of Black people is obscured and not widely known or taught, leading to ignorance of our own rich cultural and historical background. Thus many of us find ourselves disconnected from our heritage, instead adopting and taking pride in the heritage and history of other cultures that are more prominently represented and celebrated. It is this disconnection that prevents us from fully understanding and embracing our own identity and heritage. 3. It appears that from time immemorial, stark greed, the desire for wealth, has overridden all humane considerations. Throughout history, the intense and unrelenting desire for wealth has consistently taken precedence over moral and ethical concerns. The quote offers a critique of human society and behavior, implying that greed has led to numerous injustices and inhumane actions throughout history, thus calling for a reflection on human values and priorities, suggesting the need to reassess the dominance of material wealth in our lives and consider the importance of humane and ethical considerations. In so doing, we prevent atrocities such as chattel slavery and colonialism. 4. It was the whites, not the Blacks, who called Africa the land of the Blacks. Continuing on the theme of how Africa and its people have been categorized and understood through the lens of external, often colonial, viewpoints. This quote points out that the naming of Africa as the land of the Blacks reflected the perspective of Europeans, who viewed it primarily in terms of its Black population. The label focused on racial characteristics significant to the white observers, rather than a self-identification by the diverse peoples of Africa. 5. I knew even before leaving high school that the land of the Blacks was not only the cradle of civilization itself, but that the Blacks were once the leading people on Earth. In this quote, Dr. Williams counteracts the often Eurocentric perspectives that downplay or ignore Africa's contributions. Africa, particularly regions like the Nile Valley, is considered one of the earliest centers of human civilization, with ancient Egypt often cited as a prime example. He asserts that Black people were once the foremost leaders globally, excelling in various fields and holding significant influence. They led in fields such as medicine and writing. Ancient Egyptians practiced advanced medicine, with documented surgical procedures and medical knowledge. The development of writing systems, such as hieroglyphics, emerged in Africa, facilitating the recording of history and knowledge. The aim here is to instill confidence and awareness of our rich heritage that predates and contrasts with narratives of subjugation and colonization. As we close, we hope these quotes have resonated and inspired you to reflect on your own lives and the world around you. Remember, the wisdom of the past can guide us toward a brighter future. Until next time, stay inspired and keep learning.